I just got a comment from one of our viewers saying that they're also restoring a David Bradley chainsaw like I was restoring years ago. And theirs is so pitted inside that they need to just see what it should look like. And if I had taken mine apart, well, I actually filmed an entire video but never published it because I didn't get it to running just yet. And so here is the video from 2020 and I believe 2022 of just the slow process that I did of opening up the tank and restoring it with a JB Weld, and then polishing up the outside. And then I can always upload a video whenever I get the chainsaw back here and actually finish it and put it all back together. So I just repaired the carburetor on my David Bradley chainsaw, but in order for me to test it I need fuel, and the fuel tank is really, really nasty inside, so I think it'd be a good idea just to go ahead and split it, because this is like a half casting. There's a little gasket going around down there, and if we can get that open, then we can clean it up really nice, and we can inspect the oil pump, because that has some water in it. This entire thing has a lot of water in it. Well, at least it did. I don't know, screwdriver somewhere. Now first I'm going to take off this little plate, because I also want to see about trying to polish this to be shiny, because I think that'd be really nice if my old David Bradley chainsaw looks a lot like my favorite circular saw, because a lot of those old tools, some of them, especially the hand tools, they'd be polished and look really nice. I imagine since this didn't have much of a paint on it, this probably was shiny to begin with. Unless... that's a bit of silver paint maybe. It's just so worn. Maybe there was some silver paint on it. Awesome. I can bend that back too because it's been hit a few times. You know, since I am going to be redoing this, I'm just gonna... Normally I'd put these back in there, but I'll put these in a bag to keep them separate. That is nice. But I don't like that sound, so definitely limited use. But thank you very much, Thermatic Man, for sending that to me. Although I've used the power drill that came with it for so much. Yeah, I probably wasn't going to get that by hand. Yeah, there's a lot of white stuff from the tank. I believe that might be a mixture of aluminum oxide and whatever else was in the tank. Gasoline or whatever. Well, my first random plan kind of works. I can use this, one of my thinner gauges, whatever this thing's called, and I can actually, in some places, I can slowly etch away at the gasket because it's thin enough to go between the two pieces of metal. There's no fuel in there. It's all dry. I'm just going to heat it up. Hopefully a little bit of heat. You know what? I'll heat up one side only. How about that? Oh, we were getting it. I can't believe that's working. Oh, it actually worked. So now we know. A little bit of heat. Like, I can't touch that side, but I can hold that side. Isn't that weird? The gasket is acting as a great insulator. I feel like I might be kind of smart when things like this turn out fine. Let's just take this in while we can. Look at that. That is fucking awful. But there's much potential. So I guess that went onto there. Had a little filter on the end. I might steal a little filter from what? Is there a filter? I seem to remember a filter falling out of here, so I'll find a new one. You know, it kind of makes you wonder where this thing was stored. Like, was it found on the bottom of a lake or something? I might be able to just get it up. Oh, okay, well, at least it's mushy instead of all hardened up. Oh. Oh. Oh, that actually undid it. Never mind. So I didn't even need to put it in the vise. Oh well. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if your wrench slips or if the nut just slips. I don't know. Huh, not so bad. I guess that is the pump. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah. Ah, but the fuel valve that's on it, that can come off too. Not so bad. That makes me happy. I also cleaned that off because it looks like I could use that. And yes, this is just a random stick. But what is a random stick but a free disposable tool? Need to actually see what I'm working with here. Now we can more easily see where it's been eaten away. I've actually never used JB Weld before. That's why I was a bit hesitant on it. I had to look up a little bit and the project just fell out of my mind. The idea being that I can come through later, maybe even with more JB Weld if I don't do it enough, but I can come through later and sand all this down and drill out these holes. It's been another half a year and I've spent the time thinking, how exactly do I want to smooth this out? Then it occurred to me, this is just the cheapest tape you can get, really. Oh my god, it's so fucking cheap, I hate it. Just stick it on there. This is fucking gross. I'd say that's pretty good. It's actually perfect, to be honest. I know I make fun of this cheap tape, but it does have its uses. Looks like I went down a little too much on this piece, but that's what gaskets are for. It's a bit weak there, but again, the gasket should solve that. It's far more material than was there. Never used the core stuff yet. Oh, a little too big of a degreasing job for me. Man. Oh, god damn it. Oh, weird. This toothbrush is absolutely falling apart in the diesel. Well, that's kind of unsettling. Okay. All right. After that washing, I took these inside and washed them with Fast Orange. That's the only degreasing type of soap that I had on hand, and it seems like it's worked pretty well. They would really scrub a lot of the stuff off. So now we can actually polish. Now that is pretty cool. I love that. And once we have it together, I could always go over it again with a smaller polishing wheel and clean that up, but I like the dirty look a little bit. And that's pretty much that. Haven't done any more work on the chainsaw, but I also haven't brought it back from Illinois. I plan to get all the parts back and finish it. For the time being, I don't have any gasoline in it, so it shouldn't corrode too much. And the parts will be perfectly fine in storage. Well, until the next part of this series, see ya.